North Country, and welcome to Bailey Avenue Field in Plattsburgh for Plattsburgh North Star football. Tonight, the North Stars meet the Broome County Jets, the defending Empire Football League champions. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, Laura Gagnon on camera, and Eric Gagnon on stats for us tonight. Goose, the North Stars opened the '98 season with a win at home against Montreal. They take a 2-week road trip, 2 big losses, heavy losses. Now they come home, friendly confines of Bailey Avenue, but they look over and it's the defending league champion Broome County, and they're 3-0.
Foxy, no question, they got their work cut out for them. I'm not too concerned about the 2 road losses, not number 1 road loss, okay, because they played quite well. I'm concerned about their last game road loss, where they lost to the Green Jackets 54-0, and you got to wonder what kind of morale the team's going to have for this game. Are they going to be able to rebound from that game and play a competitive game, Foxy? I think tonight we're going to see if this North Star team can play with heart and desire and go out there and be physical and play hard, because after a shellacking like that, and I'll put it as a shellacking 54-0, it's their worst defeat in history. You got to wonder, how are they going to react and rebound from that game? I'm very concerned.
Okay, what would be the game plan of Coach Shannon Manor?
I think Coach Manor wants to just do some positive things, wants his offense to move the ball, you know, with consistency, Foxy, okay? I don't think Coach Manor is really worried about if they're going to win or lose this game. He's concerned how his team's going to play. All we can ask of his team is to play well and play hard, Foxy, and the cards roll where they may, okay? He wants to be competitive tonight, all right? So I think that's what Coach Manor wants. It's his team to play with some consistency and move the ball, play physical on defense, and try to cause some turnovers.
Okay, now the North Stars are 1-2 on the season. A lot to ask tonight, as you say, for a victory. What have been some of the highlights, however? What are the strong points for the Plattsburgh North Stars thus far?
Well, I've been impressed with the quarterback position and the athleticism of Dupree, the quarterback. You know, when he has time and has protection, he can throw pretty well, okay? When he does run with the football, he shows what kind of athlete he is. A lot of missed tackles on him. He's that type of running back. I'm impressed with that. The offensive line, when they're all together, they've been able to open holes for Monahan. Monahan's another one that I'm impressed with in the backfield. I like that type of runner that goes straight ahead, Foxy, and gets positive yardage. So they have some positive things on the offensive side that, you know, has impressed me this year.
Okay. Now, of course, on the defense, there are some players that are hard hitters, and always, despite the opponent, no matter who the opponent is, these fellas seem to have big games. List a couple of those. Well,
Rodney Kelman, Vince Kuzanko, the Caveman, Defiant, Jamie Lozier on the defense, Glenn Arnold, and I'm not sure if Glenn's going to play because he's nursing an injury, and that hurts because he's not only a defensive player, but he's an offensive player also. You know, so you know, there's been some good defensive players, and yes, Foxy, the North Stars have always prided themselves in defense, you know, and kept them in the game and given their offense a chance to win the game. That's what Coach Manor's hoping for. He's looking for his team to come out and be inspired and play hard and hit hard, and whatever happens, happens, okay? He just wants his team to play well. Okay, Goose. Well, we're all excited to be back here at Bailey Avenue for Empire Football League action. The Plattsburgh North Stars against the Broome County Jets. However, on a serious note, before we get on to the ball game, this afternoon or this morning, August 1st, 1998, Stephen Bates, a very loyal Plattsburgh North Stars fan, passed away. He's been at many North Star games throughout the past years. His grandson, Joe Bichon, is a member of the Plattsburgh North Stars, and the North Stars television network dedicate our broadcast tonight
to a great North Star fan, Stephen Bates. Stephen Tipton tees it up for the Plattsburgh North Stars. They will kick to Broome County. Broome County from the Binghamton, New York area. And we're set for play. And this Empire Football League game is underway. Scooped up by Rick Valenta. And he doesn't want to go down like a stubborn bull. A host of North Stars in on the tackle, including 48 and 37. So, of course, that would be Aaron Tabak and Pat Blackburn. Broome County with the ball at their own 38-yard line. Let's see, Goose, am I right? 33-yard line. 43, thank you. Am I out of practice or what?
Yes.
Sun's in my eyes, Goose. It's not the glasses this time. 1st and 10. Quarterback is Dan Clark.
Oh.
Pressure on. Livesey hits him. Fumble. Clark got it back. Livesey put the pressure.
And the caveman came up, got credit with the sack, but Livesey's the one that had the first crack at it and missed him, and it was fumbled. Bounced right back up, Foxy, and then Vince lowered the boom, and so the North Stars put the pressure on right to begin. This is a passing team, the Jets, Foxy, so they're going to put the ball up in the air, and the North Stars know that.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17. Ball pushed back to the 37. Give right up the middle. Oh boy. Swise hit him hard, but lugging it for an extra 4 yards was the running back, the big fullback, Nick Patterson.
Then the cheeseman put it on him.
It'll be 3rd and 11 from the 42. So passing situation, we'll watch for that as Sam Ragsdale splits to the right. And Mike Carr is the wide receiver left side. Clark the quarterback. He's 6'2", 180-pounder.
Oh, there's a nice tackle by Eric Butt.
Butt moved up nicely on the ball carrier, Patterson, and the North Stars defense shuts down Broome County on the first possession.
Well, the North Stars defense answered the call for their first set, Foxy. They showed inspired football. They showed physical football and good tackling. I like that start so far.
We hope to have a few guests up in our press box tonight. Tonight's game, the corporate sponsor of tonight's game is Champlain Valley Restoration.
Number 35, Beerworth.
And a former North Star might join us as well. So here's the 4th and 9 play. The punter is Tom Beerworth. Good snap, and he'll get it away, no problem. Ooh, pressure was put on. Flag thrown. Defiant called for the penalty. Marbut returns a beautiful one. Oh my goodness, he might go. Can he turn the corner? Marbut turns the corner to the 40, the 30. It's going to go all the way, but it'll come back.
What a shame, you know.
Oh my goodness. What a bad break for the Plattsburgh North Stars.
Sure is, Foxy, and it's not going to be roughing the kicker. It's going to be running into the kicker, a 5-yard penalty. It won't give the Jets a first down, but what a heartbreaker for Marber to make that return for a touchdown. I mean, it was an excellent run back by him. He's another one that's been impressive so far this year. I didn't mention him in our opening, and I should have.
What would have been a great big play, nullified, and Jerry Defiant right there, Mr. North Star himself, I guess you could call him.
They're calling roughing the kicker, and I don't agree with it.
Right, I'm with you on that page, Goose.
No, I don't agree with it.
Defiant was the first to point at himself. He took he took it. He knew.
He didn't expect it to be a first down and roughing the kicker. That wasn't roughing the kicker. That was running into the kicker.
So Broome County catches a big break there, and from the Plattsburgh 39, the North Stars defense has to start over. Not much of a hole there. Cheeseman with the tackle. Ball carrier, Bernie Clark.
Well, let's talk about the referees. I already criticized them early in this game. The head referee is Ed Getz. The umpire is Jim Tebow. Head linesman is Tim Sheehan. The line judge is Gary Kaiser. Back judge Ed Berry. And side judge Ed LaMarche, our friend. So we got 3 Eds in there.
Oh boy. Wonder if one of them is Mr. Ed. 2nd and 7. Give up the middle, Patterson. He digs his way for a few yards.
Gale in the tackle, Livesey in the tackle, along with Swise.
North Stars defense being very stingy on the ground game. Substitutions for Broome County. Brad Bruce in. He's a running back. Number 7. Patterson there as well. It's Carr split to the left. Rico split right. 3rd down and about a long 4. From the 34. And big gainer there, just in the ball game. Brad Bruce with the big pickup and the 1st down.
Pickup of about 10 yards on the play, and there is a flag down. The preliminary call appears to be against Plattsburgh.
No, he's coming back. It might be right in that holding area, Foxy.
North Stars defense, number 95 is Lee Parente, or 85 is Mike Palmer, 90 Vince Kujamko, number 30 Chris Swise, 57 Tommy Gale, 54 Shane Cheeseman, 38 Eric Butt, 31 Jamie Lozier. Steve Livesey, number 8. Rodney Lloyd, Anthony Kelman, not here tonight, may have left the team for personal reasons.
We got the referees are all together there, Foxy. They're talking about something.
Ball right now.
I think there's a question about the line of scrimmage.
Ball is pushed back to the 43-yard line, North Star territory at the 43, and it's set up like it should be a 3rd and 14, and they add 5 yards to that. The coach, it was a holding call on number 21, Ross Rico, Ray Stanton Sr., the head coach of Broome County, and a host of assistant coaches. I counted about 10 or 11 assistant coaches.
Well, see, they got trainers, they got papers, they got water people, they got quite a staff.
3rd down and now.
So it's 3rd and 6 from the 36-yard line in North Star territory. The 3rd and 6. 10:30 remaining in the 1st quarter. No score. A Dan Marbut punt return for a touchdown, nullified by a North Star penalty. Clark to pass. Pressure was on. He drops it out and gets the 1st down into Bruce's waiting arms.
Hey, he just put a nice touch on there, Foxy. And, he just put the touch on it and just lofted it over there. And picked up the 1st down.
Clark just lofted it out for Brad Bruce, and he came up with it. 1st down, 2nd 1st down in the ball game for Broome County. Laura Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon. Eric Gagnon is the stat man. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Oh, what a hit there by Defia.
Oh, Defia. Boy, what's he got on there, Foxy?
Don't know what the injury was, but it looks like his right arm is in a cast, maybe a broken wrist or something, but that wouldn't keep Crazy Legs out.
Oh, I guess not, and I know he's very upset about the penalty there, Foxy. He looks like he's riled a little bit.
Well, he took it out on the ball carrier, Brad Bruce there. Loss of about 4 yards. 2nd and 14 from the North Star 30. Patterson and Clark in the backfield behind quarterback Dan Clark. Patterson straight up, and I think that was Swise with the hard hit.
Yes, it was. Former Seton Catholic player, Boxy.
Along with Cheeseman in on that tackle, right at the 30-yard line.
You know, maybe the Jets looked at the score and the North Stars got beat 54-0 and then came here and had a good time on the ride and are taking the North Stars slightly. Well, so far in this first quarter, and it's only been the defense that's been out there, Foxy, but they're playing physical just like we hoped for.
8:15 on the clock. We're in the first quarter, no score. Broome County Jets, the defending Empire Football League champions at 3-0 against the Plattsburgh North Stars, who stand at 1-2. 3rd and 13, pass on the flats, and immediately there is Lozier. Bruce with his second reception of the ball game.
Pass is complete to Bruce.
Very short gain.
And it's right in this, you know, they'll probably go for it here. You can't really punt it. And it might be a little bit too far for the field goal kicker, so, you know, they're probably going to go for it.
4th and 12. Ball at the Plattsburgh 29-yard line. Big play here for the North Stars. They came up with a big 4th down play earlier on a punt, but nullified by a penalty. Let's see what happens here. Clark with the long snap, and in the flats for Patterson.
You got to make that tackle.
Swise tripped him up, short of the first down, and Gale landed him. Gale into Fayette there, but Swise tripped him up. And the North Stars hold for the second time.
That's right, Foxy, and the North Stars defended that play real good. Everybody stayed to home. Everybody did their territory. Hey, they held, and hey, 2 times they held the defending champs.
Yes, and on that screen pass, Cheeseman, even though he didn't make the tackle, he forced the guy to the inside.
That's right.
So now it'll be the Plattsburgh North Stars offense onto the field from their own 21-yard line. Craig Dupree, the quarterback, number 5. Jimmy Monahan in the backfield. Also in the backfield is Neil Brown, number 22. Monahan, the ball carrier, for a loss on the play. And it's going to be a tough defensive line that the North Stars will be running into. Bottom of the pile, 55 and 95. So you're talking about 55 Brian Jackson, a linebacker, 250-pounder, and 95 Dave Peterson, 6'4", 270. Some big fellas there. 2nd and 10, Plattsburgh. Over the ball, Eric Chartrand, the big Canadian. Dupree with the give to Neil Brown out of Montreal, and he has a short gain. It will be 3rd down. Now, one of our spotters and able assistants got some info for me, Goose, as far as their defensive goals of the Broome County Jets, kind of like overheard, and as we were rummaging around. They had eavesdropping. Well, not me personally, but one of my good friends. And they had 4 defensive goals tonight. Create 4 turnovers, or 3 defensive goals. Create 4 turnovers, give up no points, and have no big plays. Well, the North Stars already had 1 big play, the Marbut touchdown, but that didn't count. 3rd and 9. Dupree to pass. Looks. They loft it out for Kreitzberg. Battle for it. Kreitzberg has it. Midfield to the 40. He breaks to the 30. Kreitzberg to the inside the 25.
Kreitzberg, he comes up with big play after big play. I don't care. He's the best receiver in the league, Foxy. He is.
Marcus Wilson was the defender. He's shorter than Kreitzberg, is the case with most defenders. Kreitzberg like 6'4" probably. He went up and got that one. Beautiful pass from Dupree.
How many times do we see that he goes up and takes the ball away from the defender, Foxy? He's just got a knack for it.
So Dupree 1 for 1. Eric, any idea how much yardage that one covered? 64-yard play. The stat man is right there with the numbers.
I'd say that's a big play.
Oh, yes, there's the big play. Cross out one thing, one accomplishment they didn't do. Okay. They got 2 goals left. One has gone down the tubes. From the 24-yard line. Dupree to pass. They come right back with the same play. They test Wilson. He got his hands on it that time. So it looks like they want to test Wilson. Marcus Wilson is just 5'7", 160 pounds, but we're sure playing for this team. He is a standout defensive back, no question about it. You're not starting for this team unless you're quite an athlete. 4 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. No score. Plattsburgh with the football. Plattsburgh inside the 25-yard line for a 2nd down and 10. Pass. Quarterback draw. Dupree scrambles, jambles, and hit hard. Picked up just a couple. Maybe he might have reached the 20-yard line, Goose.
By number 98,
98 in on the tackle. Well, you're talking about a good tackler there. That's Mike Ramil, 6'7", 265 pounds. Mike Ramil said his favorite player on the team is Russo. Wants to be like Russo. We'll hear about Russo later. 3:30 remaining, first quarter. North Stars with a 3rd and 7 from the 20-yard line. Neil Brown, and who's in the backfield as well? Is that Charlemagne? Gene Charlemagne. They scoot it to Charlemagne. He'll try to turn the corner, but great defensive job by number 22, John Godbey.
We got flag down holding against the North Stars.
The preliminary call appears to be against the Stars. Holding.
It was good to see Derek Kotar back in uniform for the Plattsburgh North Stars. Spoke with him earlier tonight before game time and got reacquainted with Derek, number 36 tonight. He's been in California for a couple of years and now back in the Montreal area. And first thing he did is find out about getting back in a North Star uni.
Foxy, we're going to try a field goal. I think you want to try to get some kind of points here, Foxy. And
be about a 47-yard try. He's setting it up at the 30. Let's see. Oh, right at the 30. It'll be a 40-yard try. And Tipton has the toe to do it. Kreitzberg trying to hustle off the field. He does. Stephen Tipton, Mike Bond to hold a 40-yard field goal attempt. Down, almost blocked. In fact, they might have got a piece of it. The kick goes wide left. In on the charge. I don't think he got a hand on it. Pat Russo. We said we'd mention Russo. Russo hustled in. Field goal attempt fails. But the North Stars impressive thus far in the first quarter. It's 2:41 in the first quarter, and the score, the Plattsburgh North Stars 0 and the Broome County Jets 0. You're watching the North Stars Television Network. So Broome County with the ball from, looks like the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. Clark bounces off tacklers, but brought down.
Good game and team tackling by the North Stars so far, Foxy.
Number 54, Shane.
Let's see if there's any changes to the defense. Palmer getting some action, number 85 for the North Stars. Swise, number 30. He forgot his jersey. His usual 46, I think it is. Usually 46. Tonight he's wearing number 30. Kuzamko, number 90.
I understand he was looking for number 40, but it's still a mystery where number 40 is, Foxy.
No number 40. But with the defensive coverage on Mike Carr, who was split to the left, 2nd down and 7 for the Jets. A minute 45 remaining, first quarter. Big opening hole there. And Patterson with the big gainer. From the 25 to the 39-yard line.
Boy, he's a big load, Foxy.
Yes. Well, you mentioned that. 6'1", 250-pounder. You got a 250-pounder running out of the backfield.
Especially running right up, right at, say, a Jamie Lozier.
I'd hit him low. I'd hit him low, Goose, and bring him right down.
You wouldn't get out of the way, Foxy?
No, I wouldn't get out of the way. You just hit him low, and he's going to knock him right off his feet. A minute 5. 38-yard line, Jets territory. That's a give right up the middle. Tackle by Gale, but Patterson, a real workhorse, is near the first down.
Gale in on the tackle for Plattsburgh. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
Patterson came into this game the second in yardage in the Empire Football League. Happy to say the leading rusher in the Empire Football League, Jimmy Monahan of the Plattsburgh North Stars with 238 yards, and Patterson right behind him at 225. Patterson now, at this point, the leading rusher in the Empire Football League. Second and a long 2. You need to get near the 50. Second and a long 2 for Broome County. Give up the middle. Oh, Patterson hit hard and a flag thrown.
That's right in that holding area, Foxy.
Lozier and Swise teamed up there. Looked like Lozier shot the gap.
And
they're calling holding.
The preliminary call appears to be against Binghamton holding.
Once again, first possession of the ball game, the North Stars held Broome County on their first possession. 3 downs, and they were set to punt out. On the punt, a North Star penalty, and following the North Star penalty, Danny Marbut runs one back about 70 yards, the punt back for a touchdown, but all for naught.
Second down at about 12
the final seconds of the first quarter.
36-yard line.
And that'll put the lid on it. After 1, the score. The Plattsburgh North Stars 0 and the Broome County Jets 0. Hey, you're watching the North Stars Television Network. Let me tell you, we're in our Dames Rental Center press box at Bailey Avenue having a whale of a time tonight.
This is pretty comfortable, hey, Fox.
Comfortable, mahogany desk right in front of us. Who could ask for anything more? The second and 12. After the penalty. Screen to Bruce.
Oh!
Missed tackles!
And a flag.
In front of the North Star bench, Kujamku there.
I saw Swise go in there, number 30, I think it was. And he missed the tackle, but he broke that up nice, Foxy, because that looked like it was going to go for a bundle.
38, Eric Butt also throwing his body into the action. Just underway in the second quarter. Penalty again. Talking to the defensive captain, Jerry Defiant. Number 28 for the North Stars is Jake Daravan.
It could be a lineman downfield.
So Broome County, penalties slowing down their offense.
Against Binghamton,
they step off 10. Second and 22. Pushes it back to the 21-yard line.
Second down at 28 yards to go. Second down at 28 for Binghamton at their own 21-yard line.
Carr is the top receiver in the league with 19 receptions for 375 yards. So we'll certainly watch for number 1.
Oh,
Clark keeps. He has room.
Oh, nice hitting right there.
Kujamko from behind. Gale there in front.
Boy, I wouldn't like to get sandwiched by those two.
Kujamko
seems to be playing with a little extra fire tonight.
And I like that, Foxy. That's what they need, you know. And, hey, you got to be down after that game against the Green Jackets coming into the game. And, you know, it's very difficult. And the North Stars, hey, they put that game behind them as far as I'm concerned. The way they're playing so far in this game, they're showing they got heart, Foxy.
50 raffle tickets, 2 tickets for $1 and hardly.
Daravan with with coverage on number 21, Rico. 3rd and long. 3rd and 24. Pass. They look long, looking for Carr. Marbut back. Marbut. Oh, he didn't pick it up.
He had his eyes on it, and he'd like to have that back, Foxy.
Marbut all but had it at the North Star 40-yard line.
Clark had all day to pass, though, Foxy. They gave him good protection.
Down at 25 from their own 26.
Now, we will point this out, is that for Broome County, Stanton is not here tonight. Their backup quarterback is Dan Clark. Clark is normally listed as a wide receiver. Stanton has 6 touchdown passes this season, but he is not available this evening apparently. 4th and long, and this time they'll punt. It's number 35, Tom Beerworth. And Marbut steps up to the 43, takes it on the run to the 50. And hit at midfield.
I'll tell you what, if he would have broke through there. We got a flag down here, though, Fox.
Another flag. Jerry Defiant kind of moseying around to near official Ed Getz to get some info.
9-yard return brought down on the play by number 22.
13-21. It's a Jets penalty. 13-21 remaining in the first half. No score.
Personal foul against Binghamton. The penalty is declined by the North Stars. Plattsburgh.
So rather than have a re-kick, the North Stars will take the ball in Jets territory at the Jets' 49-yard line. North Stars' first possession started at their own 21, 5 plays covering 57 yards. It ended with a missed field goal attempt, 40 yards. New North Star number 58, Steve Lovelace, out onto the field. He's out of Saranac Central. Kreitzberg comes our way, gives us a wink as he looks for his spot along the line of scrimmage. Kreitzberg split left, and split right is Ed Douglas. Ed Douglas out of Peru Central. Dupree drops back 3, lofts it for Kreitzberg. And Wilson intercepted.
Nice interception.
Wilson with a beauty.
Nice interception.
Well, you can go to the well once and come up with water. They went the second time, and Wilson knocked the bucket over, and this time Wilson stole the water.
At their own 15-yard line. Binghamton first down.
So now Binghamton with an opportunity from the 13-yard line, deep in their own territory, but a big play by number 25, let me tell you, defensive play, Marcus Wilson, the cornerback.
And you know what I think they should do is fake that play and have Kreitzberg cut right up the middle of the field.
Yep, good point.
Let's go, Binghamton!
Clark, fumble on the snap. Still managed a couple yards there. Fumble on the snap.
Brought down by Kuzienko. No gain.
We want to say hello to all of our friends in the Northern Tier watching this on Hometown Cable. We want to thank Calvin Castine and his crew. And we'll say hello to everybody in the Northern Tier, Rouse's Point, Champlain, Moores, and we're stretching all the way even into Malone. Fans of Joe Lamica watching this ball game in the Malone area. Happy to bring you Plattsburgh North Star football. I want to thank Calvin Castine for doing some extra mileage.
Oh, overthrew him big time.
It'll be a 3rd and 10.
Is incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 yards to go from the Binghamton 13-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, please refer to your North Star game program at ours, number 61.
Rico split to the right.
Either of those game programs.
Carr split left. We'll watch for him. Eric Butt on coverage.
Hold! Break for the North Star. Oh!
Clark dodges tacklers, finally landed by, wouldn't you know it, Vince Kujamko.
I thought it was a break for the North Stars, but
well,
hey, he got a good gainer on.
Yes, he lugged it to the 20, and he's a couple yards short, making the tackle by Kujamko all the more important. So 4th and
from the Binghamton 20-yard line.
a long 2, probably 3 yards. We'll call it a 4th and 3. 11:50 remaining. We're in the second quarter, and it's no score. Dan Marbut, the lone man back for the Plattsburgh North Stars, certainly missing his partner, Glenn Arnold. Arnold, with an injury, resting it this week. He'll be back next week. That's what's anticipated. The punt by Broome County, taken by Marbut, and in on the quick tackle is Godbey once again.
But that was a good play by Marbut because he didn't let it hit the ground. He went right up after it and fielded that ball, Foxy. Otherwise, it would have taken a big roll.
Broome County at 3-0 on the season. Plattsburgh North Stars with an opening week victory over Montreal, then 2 road losses to Scranton and to Glens Falls.
Foxy, I'd like to thank our friends down at Zachary's Bogart and the Corner Mart.
Who?
Scott and Dee Tatro, that's who.
We like those people.
Thanks for, staying aboard with us. 8th year, Foxy. And
nice people.
That's right. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to have these broadcasts, and I'd like to thank them.
Well, Brown, the ball carrier, on a little play action, and the tackle by big number 69, Phil Bullock. And a 2nd and 9. We'll call it a gain of 1. Steve Panalakis, number 72, wearing number 72 this week. Kreutzberg split to the left. Number 68 on the offensive line for Plattsburgh is Roger Levy back in action. Eric Chartrand over the ball. Dupree with Neil Brown and Jim Monahan. Jim Monahan, the Empire Football League's leading rusher coming into this game. Dupree, pressure on, he scampers. Looks, waves, sends it, complete to Marbut. Marbut, out of bounds. Wow. He was all but there. Marbut having a tough break game, no question about it.
Tough break.
Nice communication, it seemed, between quarterback Dupree and Marbut.
Don't they go back to high school days?
Yes, they do.
Oh, wow. Probably that's why they probably did that for the Peru Indians.
We like those Peru Indians on this team. Among them, number 75, Joe Bichon. Oh no, he was a Beekmantown guy. Wasn't he a Beekmantown fella? I don't want to get that wrong. Yeah, Joe was a Beekmantown guy. No question about that one. We've got a 3rd and 8. To Marbut. Crosses midfield, short of the first down. It's going to be a 4th and about 5, and the North Stars will probably have to kick it away. Chartrand, the center, slow to get up.
They'll bring up a 4th down for the Stars. 4th down and 3 yards to go.
The punt team out onto the field. 72, Panalakis. Number 60, Paul Valers.
Number 44, Marbut.
Who's the long snapper? It's Panalakis, 72. Livesey there.
Number 22.
Mike Bond. The kick from Marbut. End over end, taken at the 20. Reverses direction. This is Weston. Flags thrown, North Stars ball, but flags thrown. One official points Plattsburgh ball.
What are the flags, though?
Who covered it for Plattsburgh? Was it 21 Bond? This will make a discussion. 9:15 remaining in the second quarter. Big discussion here about the penalties, but also was it a fumble? One official pointed Plattsburgh ball. Everybody's quiet. Well, the North Stars team is signaling our ball.
North Stars recover the fumble.
North Star football boxing.
Offsetting penalties, apparently, or
No.
penalty on Broome County.
That's right.
Penalty on Broome County. And the North Star. I think Mike Bond recovered the fumble for Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh first down.
Till we hear differently, he's in our book with the fumble recovery. What a ball game. North Stars with an opportunity. From the 34-yard line, Jets territory. No score in the ball game. Monahan. Quick hole opened on the right side. He scampered for about 3.
Brought down by...
And our guest in our press box is Mike Frenier. Happy to welcome an old friend. I knew you when you were little, Mike.
Yeah.
And you are the corporate sponsor for tonight's ball game. Tell us the name of your business.
The name of our business is Champlain Valley Restoration Services, and we also have the Autobat is a subsidiary of ours, and we're located in Skyway Shopping Center here in Plattsburgh.
Okay, now what was your interest in being a supporter, a corporate sponsor of tonight's ball game?
Well, I have some family involvement here. My brother...
Charlemagne fumbled on the carry and recovered by number 46, Dwayne Weston. But we won't blame you for the fumble there on that play. Now, yes, talk about your brother.
Well, my brother Steve has a strong interest in football, and then he got involved with the Plattsburgh North Stars, and then he ended up taking over the presidency of it, and he's doing a good job. And one of our employees, Glenn Arnold, also plays football for the North Stars, and we sponsor him.
One of the top players in the Empire Football League.
Yeah, Glenn has a tremendous amount of talent, not only as a player, but as a great co-worker and colleague. Glenn's one of our managers. And he's been with us a long time, and we're very pleased with his performance.
There is time out in the field. Gives us a chance to continue our discussion with Mike Frenier, who is his business, the corporate sponsor of tonight's ball game. Now, you say that your business sponsors a player such as Glenn Arnold. Tell us about that, because that's something new for the North Star organization.
Well, what we do is we put in the funds that the player needs to cover his tuition and sponsoring and for his equipment and insurances, whatever that involves.
Yes.
And it's it's a couple $100, and it takes and lets the player be able to focus his efforts on his game and not have to worry about taking money out of his pocket when he gets corporate sponsors.
And something that's allowed in return.
We put our company name, or any company that sponsors a North Star football player, they provide the company advertising emblems, and it's sewn onto the jerseys, and it's a little bit of advertising, and it really helps out a community sport.
Bruce, the ball carrier from the 25. Who made it?
Jamie Lozier, 31, Foxy. He came right from his position, came right in with confidence and brought the player down.
Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Laura Gagnon on camera. Goose Gagnon is my sidekick tonight. Eric Gagnon is here on stats. I'm Foxy Gagnon, talking with Mike Frenier, the corporate sponsor of tonight's ball game. It'll be a second down and about 4. Now, you say, Mike, Champlain Valley Restoration, what types of things do you restore?
Well, we do fire and water restoration as well as trauma scene cleanup, and we also do carpet and upholstery cleaning. We are
The pass, the long one downtown. Marvin intercepts at the 40. Marvin to the 50. Marvin down the sidelines. He's on his feet inside the 30. North Stars. Mike Frenier, maybe you better stay with us the whole ball game. Oh yes, good luck. You're rocking and rolling right with us up here in our Dames Rental Center press box. Let me tell you, the North Stars having a big game tonight.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Second down and 8 for the North Stars. We'll check the stats in a moment. Sure, if any gain there. North Stars, Dupree is 2 of 5 passing. Plattsburgh with 1 first down in the ball game, 3 for Broome County. third down conversions. The North Stars are 1 of 3, and they'll have a third down play here.
They're down at a long 5 yards to go for Plattsburgh.
Now, what's the turnover situation, Eric? Plattsburgh has turned the ball over twice, an interception and a fumble, as has Broome County. 5:42 remaining. This will be a big third down play from the Broome County 25-yard line. Dupree stepped up, but there was no place to go and a fumble. Broome County wants it, and they've got it.
Yeah, he didn't get much protection there, Foxy. He didn't have a chance, and he was just trying to get away from the rush and find somebody downfield, and he got hit, lost the football, and Broome County came up with the football.
He withstood the first hit, but the second one was just too much. One 300-pounder might hit you. The second one might do some damage. Mike, we would certainly, on behalf of the entire Plattsburgh North Stars organization, want to thank you for being a corporate sponsor for tonight's game and wish you the best. Broome County ball, back and forth we go, but Broome County has not been able to put a big dent in the North Star defense. Bruce looks for room, brought down by Cheeseman.
Oh, nice play there. Good tackling by the North Stars tonight, Foxy.
Cheeseman, Defiant, Daravan, Swise, Kujamko, Livesey, Marba, Gale.
Second down and 9 yards to go from the Plattsburgh.
The North Stars defense. Tommy Gale's father comes strolling by, listening to the game on WIRY radio. There's Tommy Gale's father, Tom Sr.
Listening to the ducky.
He's listening to the Duckster who's across the road from us here. Just 3:40 remaining. Scoreless battle. Patterson.
He dragged Swise for 7 yards. Swise hung on to him till the North Stars came in and helped Foxy.
How big can you have for a running back? Can you be any weight, whatever, for a running back?
Sure you can.
I don't know. There ought to be a rule about that. PAL football has a rule that you could only weigh so much before, and then if you weighed over that, you couldn't be a running back. Well, they're inside the Plattsburgh 40. Looks like they're around the 37-yard line. 3 minutes to go. First half, no score. Clark hands to Patterson,
nice
tripped up by Defiant. Defiant having a big game for Plattsburgh. The defense having a big game for Plattsburgh. Lozier's back there, 31. We got to say all those numbers, Goose. Come on.
Foxy, not only the defense, the offense is playing well, too, as far as I'm concerned. The whole team is playing well.
And that's what they had to do, and they're really impressing the North Star crowd that is here tonight. And make no mistake about it, they're impressing us. 2nd and 9. Bruce, the ball carrier, he's having a big game, breaks to the outside, and Marba drives him out around the 10.
He gave him a good one, too.
Danny Marba gives Bruce a rude hello, headed to the 2-minute mark.
31 yards on the play, bumped out of bounds by the Stars, number 44, Dan Marba. Binghamton first down. First and goal to go.
Ooh, they're inside the 10 by the length of a football. So we have to call it from the 9. Timeout on the field. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. It's Plattsburgh 0, Broome County 0 on the North Stars television network.
Program number 35.
Binghamton's Broome County Jets knocking on the door. First and goal inside the 10. Bruce, ball carrier, left side. Flag thrown.
The carry for Binghamton.
And another one comes in late.
Out on the play by the North Stars, number 30.
Binghamton's penalties have really gotten them in trouble. Let's see who they're talking with here.
Face mask,
Personal foul against the North Stars.
That'll drive it not too far because he's just shy of the goal line, so we'll say it's from the 1. Great carry by Brad Bruce on that play. So we'll call it from about a yard out now. 1:51 remaining in Broome County.
Last call, ladies and gentlemen, for program number 30.
All but in the end zone. Kuzamko, the front line. Defia. Who's to Kuzamko's right? Can you tell who that big guy is?
No, I can't, Foxy.
Palmer. He moves to the right. Clark under center. The give. Patterson bulls his way in. Patterson from 1 yard out with the touchdown.
And it's touchdown, Binghamton.
Patterson's 4th touchdown of the season.
Looking for the program signed by the North Stars, number 31, Jamie Lozier.
And Broome County now up 6-0.
The North Star program for this and that.
Point after attempt.
By number 31, Jamie Lozier.
Bill Costello, 5'9", 184-pounder.
Located at 60 Bridge Street.
Holding is Alan Shepard.
Until 6, and Sundays noon until 5. Costello into attempt the
a fumble there. And Costello couldn't come up with the play. And Plattsburgh holds on the point after. 1:38 remaining in the first half. And it's Broome County Jets 6, the Plattsburgh North Stars 0 on the North Stars television network. The McSweeney's wagon is all set up here tonight, having another big night. People can't wait. It's almost halftime, boy.
You're going to see the crowd there, Foxy.
Mike Farrell's tossing in a few extra dogs into the kettle. Mike Farrell, Becky's over there as usual, working as well. And the McSweeney's wagon, a popular spot here on a Saturday night at Bailey Avenue. Plattsburgh North Star football. The North Stars will have a minute 38 to work with it. Gene Charlemagne and Jamie Lozier back deep for the North Stars as Costello sets to boot it away. A bounder. Ooh, better handle it.
Smart play.
And Bond covered it. Mike Bond covered it around the Plattsburgh 35.
That was covered at the Plattsburgh 35-yard line. Plattsburgh will take over.
We mentioned that our broadcast tonight is dedicated to Stephen Bates, who passed away on this day, August 1st, 1998. His family has gathered here in support of the grandson, Joe Bichon of the Plattsburgh North Stars, and also as a tribute to Steve Bates, who was a dedicated Plattsburgh North Star fan. And let me tell you, as the family talked to me before game time, they felt that this would be a great way as a tribute to Stephen, is to come and show support for the North Stars, because otherwise Stephen would have been here for sure. Long downfield for Marblett. Wilson there to break it up. Oh, that wasn't Wilson, Goose. I got to get it right.
Okay.
It was Godbey.
All right, and they had him double covered, Marblett. But hey, he went up after it. And
Second down and
Dupree showing the arm. 125. Dupree in the passing department. 2 of 6. Most of those have been long tries.
going for the big play, Foxy.
Going for the big potato. Kreitzberg left. Also split left is Ed Douglas. Brown and Monahan in the backfield. Not too many carries for the Empire Football League's leading rusher, Jimmy Monahan. Ooh, a hard hit there. Almost a helmet. Ooh, boy.
Oh, he gets popped right up.
He's up. Pat Russo in on the tackle. I think coming up for the hit was also Scott Starks.
Foxy, you were a quarterback. Did you take hard hits like that, Foxy, when you were a quarterback?
It made me run faster away from the defenders. I wasn't good at I didn't like to get hit, to be honest with you. I wasn't big on.
Why were you a quarterback?
The coach made me be the quarterback. Now, speaking of high school football, Goose, I happen to have a little booklet here, which was given to me this week by Mike O'Connor. Does that name ring a bell?
Yes, that sure does.
Now, I don't mean the football player Mike O'Connor for the North Stars. Don't get me wrong. I mean a guy out of St. John's High School, St. John's Academy.
Hey, he plays quite a mean golf game.
Mean golf game. And we've got this book. Can we show it? Can we show some of the stats here? I don't know how good a shot you can get. But it's a coverage of some games going way back to the 60s. But what I wanted to look at is we could pick one out here. Well, give me a minute, Laura, because I don't know what I'm doing. Here it is. Here it is. Here's a game. Holy Family. Let me just pick one here. Did you play against Holy Family, Goose? All right, I just picked one, Holy Family. Do you remember playing a game against Holy Family?
I remember it well.
Okay.
I remember it well.
6-0 Broome County. Dupree passes to Livesey. Livesey tried to get the pass off but couldn't. Great defensive play by Broome County.
And I think still, even though it didn't work for the North Stars, okay, Foxy, that's stuff that you have to try against a team like this and catch them off guard.
Now, we don't have lighting in our press box yet. We hope the city will help us out next year with some lighting. But here's a game against Holy Family, St. John's. Number 40 here would be Goose Gagnon. Goose Gagnon against Holy Family. You carried the first time. It looks like you got 4 yards on your first carry, then 3. So you had some little gainers to warm up, Goose. Then you got warmed up. You had a run of 15, a run of 17, a run of 10, 6, 18. Boy, you had a big... And on the ball game, you carried 21 times, a workhorse.
Well, I was a workhorse, Foxy, a workhorse.
The statistics don't lie here. Yardage in the game, 138 yards. Goose on 21 carries. That's like 6 yards a carry.
Would I have been North Star player of the game, Foxy?
Oh, well, you would have been North Star material. Let me put it that way.
Don't forget all those runs. I had some key blocks by my offensive linemen.
Stephen Tipton in on the tackle on God Day.
Flag comes in late.
Did he signal fair catch? I wasn't looking closely enough. Did he signal fair catch?
Now he's got to raise that hand up, Foxy.
Tipton hit him.
Illegal block in the back.
Oh, an illegal block. Okay. Well, there's a conversation there. So we have just 53 seconds remaining. I'm going to pick another game. There was one I wanted to look at, Goose. Well, there's so many here.
First and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
Played even Winooski. I see one against Winooski.
I took a beat at that one.
You did? Then let's get the stats out on that Winooski game. I don't want to make it look too good.
It was a non-league game, Bob.
Non-league game, Mariah, Winooski. Well, Winooski, what are you talking about? 21 carries, 110 yards. Goose, that was pretty good.
You're looking at the wrong 40, Foxy.
Oh, no, that's you. Oh, that's on the Winooski team. Oh, Winooski had a runner.
I could have taken credit.
Oh, yeah.
I think you better look on the other side.
Yeah, the St. John's number 40, Goose Gagnon. You had a 25-yard carry. Good thing because you carried 39 total yardage in the game. Yeah, they get a couple of losses there, Goose.
Yeah, but I want to point something out, and that was an interesting one. We did score 7 points in that game, all right?
Yeah.
And the person that scored that touchdown, number 44,
Who?
my good friend Gerald Bertle.
Is that right?
That's right.
Bertle.
That's right. I remember that.
Second and 10.
Uh-oh.
Patterson bouncing off North Star tacklers.
He's one of those running backs, I think, as the game goes along, he gets tougher and tougher and tougher.
Now, the North Stars defense under pressure here because you don't want, I'm going to close up the stat sheet till the second half because this is getting interesting. Into the game for Plattsburgh, number 64 is Dave Staley. And Broome County tries to stop the clock there. Just ground it.
They don't have any more timeouts.
The North Stars defense going to be tested maybe to the air, and you don't want to give up a touchdown in the final 23 seconds. You've played a strong first half against a Broome County Jets team that is 3-0 and is the defending league champions.
And favorite to do it again, Foxy.
Oh, yes. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Ball is at the Broome County 47-yard line. Bruce Swise moves up, makes the tackle, and Bruce, nice job. He wanted to get out of bounds. Oh, the head coach did.
Oh, geez, I hope he's all right.
That's Ray Stanton Jr. Well, he's a big fella and he's tough.
He's all dirty. He's got his staff.
He's got one guy especially. One of the assistant coaches, that's their duty. Is if the coach gets hit, you brush the dirt off him, and
they got a full staff.
They have a full staff, a quality team, no question about it. And they act professionally on the sidelines as well too.
No horsing around over there. They're all business. They're all business.
Ray Stanton Jr. is the head, or senior, I should say. Senior is the head coach of Broome County Jets. 3rd and 11 from the Jets' 46-yard line, and now they do take a timeout. Unsure at the line of scrimmage and a flag thrown. Well, Eddie LaMarche comes hustling in. Steady Eddie.
He threw the flag.
Saying, no, you can't call a timeout.
He's pointing over here.
So they didn't have any timeouts. Steady Eddie picks up the flag. Just 16 seconds remaining in a big first half of football, Empire Football League action.
Just as you enter the south end of the ballpark here at Bailey Avenue, it's Steve's Red Hot. Always the best Red Hot.
Our fan of the game, Amy Manor. Amy Manor is our friend, our fan of the game, and her dad Wally was telling us about an accident that happened. Amy was in a kind of a bad accident, pretty bad vehicle accident, and we're praying for her quick recovery. We wish her the best. Amy Manor, our fan of the game. We salute her tonight, and we pray and give her our best wishes for a speedy recovery. Big delay. Not many breaks on camera for Laura Gagnon because I talk so much.
She's working so hard, Foxy. You should take her away on a trip or something.
All right, we'll find a place.
No, go to a nice place. Take her to a nice place.
Keysville?
No.
Peasleeville?
No, take her away for a few
Out of
days.
state?
Yeah.
Across state lines?
Yeah. Many state lines.
Montreal?
No.
Farther than that. We'll find a place. How about the North Stars management? Steve Frenier, President and General Manager. Ed McAllister, Vice President and Offensive Coordinator. Terry Lozier, Treasurer. Kathy Lozier, Secretary. The Plattsburgh North Stars management. Timeout on the field. 16 seconds remaining. A big discussion involving coaches and captains. 16 seconds remaining. It's Broome County 6 and Plattsburgh 0. First half stats, 3 complete passes for each quarterback. 3 for Dupree, 3 for... forgot his name momentarily, but I know it's Dan Clark. I know that. Broome County with 7 first downs now, a big second quarter, 4 first downs in the second quarter. So Broome County 7 first downs to Plattsburgh's 1. Plattsburgh 1 of 5 on third down conversions. Plattsburgh has turned the ball over 3 times. Broome County has turned it over twice. Penalties, 5 Broome County, 2 Plattsburgh. The one score at 1:38 of the second quarter, a 1-yard TD run by Patterson. 6-0 Broome County. 3rd and 11. Finally back to the action. Patterson carries to the 40. The 30, inside the 30. Marba finally got some arms around the shoelaces. And the clock's going to run out. They're trying to get back up to the line, but Broome County just runs out of time. It's halftime, and the score, Broome County Jets 6 and the Plattsburgh North Stars 0 on the North Stars Television Network. The North Stars set to open the second half. They will receive. Back is Corey Lozier and Gene Charlemagne, Beekman buddies. Plattsburgh playing without its leading scorer and all-around Mr. Versatility, Glenn Arnold.
Just don't take out an eye.
Arnold among the Empire Football League leaders in receiving and kickoff returns and punt returns. Danny Marbut with the top return average for points, or for average is what I want to say. Top average, averaging 31 yards per punt return. Danny Marbut leads the league. Coming into the game, Jim Monahan leading the North Stars in yardage, followed by quarterback Craig Dupree. Joe Lamick third. Haven't seen Joe. He's not here tonight. From the 26-yard line. Whoa, push back. Is that Douglas that returned it for Plattsburgh?
Yeah, yep. That's right, Foxy.
So it'll be Plattsburgh ball. North Stars 5-5 on the season in 1997, 1-2 in the 1998 Empire Football League. Offense out onto the field. Eric Chartrand, the big center, lines everyone up. Steve Panalakis is there. Number 72 tonight. Number 68 is Roger Levy. Number 60, Paul Valers. And Dave Staley, number 64, the front line of the Plattsburgh North Stars. Marbut split to the right, and it looks like tight end Chad Allen. Vince Kujamko in the backfield for the North Stars.
What?
Yes, I'll repeat that. Vince Caveman Kujamko, number 90, in the backfield for the North Stars, along with Danny look like Marbut or Monahan back there. Goose will help me with that. It'll be Monahan. It'll be Plattsburgh ball to open the second half from their own 39-yard line. We have a guest in our Dames Rental Center press box for the third quarter. We'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, big hole.
Monahan, big carry to open the second half.
Why not run behind Big Vince?
That's right. Our guest is former Plattsburgh North Star, Brent. Put the N in it. Brent Fortin from Ottawa. Now, Brent, want to welcome you back to Bailey Avenue.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to see you guys again.
Now, recap for us. What years did you play for the North Stars?
I've been trying to figure that out. I remember in Ottawa when the Bootleggers, they folded in 91, so Jerry and I were the original two Canadians that came down. And we started in 92, we played 92, 23, and right through almost to 95, I think it was. Yeah, 95 was my last year, Jerry's last year was 96.
And you say Jerry, of course, that's
McElroy.
Jerry McElroy.
Big Mac.
Now, you played a few positions, and you played both sides of the ball. No?
Just defense.
Just defense. And a special teamer, I would imagine. You must have seen some special teams action.
Every one of them.
Now, what have you been doing lately since leaving the North Stars?
I was lucky enough to get a job with the Sheriff's Department in Ottawa, serving legal documents. I'm the guy that shows up at your house in the middle of the night saying, "Hi guys, got the legal papers for you." See you in court. That kind of thing.
Third and short for Plattsburgh. Monahan scoots it on the right side, crosses midfield. Look at Staley. Staley blew way out on the right side, was down around the 40-yard line, 10 yards downfield.
Offside, Binghamton.
Oh, Binghamton called for the offside.
Foxy, I'd just like to make a comment. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but, you know, I can't believe the North Stars got beat like that last week, the way they're playing against the defending champs here, Foxy. Hey, 6-0 and one play out of it, and they only almost had that one play when Danny Marber ran it back all the way for a touchdown. So you got to be happy with the first half. I mean, anybody with this type of score, it's a moral victory right there.
47-yard line now into Jets territory. Brent Fortin, former Plattsburgh North Star player, our guest in our press box tonight. The give to Neil Brown, but he was hit hard.
I hope he is all right, because he got whammed.
Flag thrown. Oh, well, that's, they want to credit 55, Brian Jackson, also 50, Willie Everett. Now, do you still have football in your blood, Brent? As you watch the North Stars play?
This is painful to watch. I want to be on that field so bad.
Yeah.
This is painful, really painful.
Yeah.
After a short loss on the play by
If I could afford the time, I'd be down like, well, maybe 3 weeks. Kind of developed a little tired, but
now
got to work that off.
Oh, I'm sure you could. Now, what are some of your best memories of playing for the Plattsburgh North Stars in the Empire Football League?
Oh, the thing that comes to mind right now is when we beat Scranton in '94, I think it was. No, 95.
Oh, right here on this field.
Right here. Because in Ottawa, when we played in Ottawa, they beat us for the championship, our final year before they folded. And we just had, even in Plattsburgh here, we had a hard time beating them the first couple years we were here, and it was just sweet. It was just sweet.
Yes, that is one of the classic games.
It was.
Dupree on the run, and it fumbles, coughs up the ball, and the Jets have it. The Jets have it.
Gotta tuck the ball away, Foxy, and Dupree feels real terrible about it. Hey, he was running for his life, trying to make something out of it, but you gotta tuck the ball away.
Well, we said it early in the ball game. One of the defensive coach's goals was 4 turnovers in the ball game. There you have it. The North Stars have turned the ball over 4 times. 4 times. So there you have it. One of their goals has come true. They said no points, so that one is on hold for now. And they said no big plays. Well, the North Stars do have a big play in the book, a 60-some-odd yard pass play. But the Jets with the ball. First down from the 47. Pass to Wilson, playing on the offensive side now. Lozier and Daravan team up there. Now, if we could put you in a jersey right now, Brent, and run you out there on the field, where would you want to go play? Where would you put yourself?
All right back to where I was.
Pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
I was weak side linebacker.
Weak side linebacker. You like that linebacker spot?
Oh, yeah, I had Brian Pasano on my side.
Oh,
Love
see.
that.
Oh, there's the player.
He made it real easy for me.
Yes, I wanted to ask you some of the players that you had fun playing with on the North Stars, and Pasano would have been one of them.
Oh, for sure. Pasano, Tommy Jakes.
Oh, yes, big guy.
Him and that dog, Caesar. Remember him? He almost bit my arm off one day. He was a trained dog, that one.
Pickup of about 4 yards on the
Now,
play.
did you?
I remember Vince. Vince came down with a couple of other guys from Montreal. Jerry Defiant, Craig Allison, Jeff Hickey. Who else? Mike Bond, I remember that. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Troy Canada, how can I forget him?
Oh, the Jet.
The Jet.
Where did he end up?
Well, the last we knew, he headed out to Ithaca for college.
Ithaca.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
3rd and 4, ball resting at the North Star 45-yard line, 11:15 remaining third quarter. Broome County 6, Plattsburgh 0. The give is to Bruce. Finds an opening in the center, still on his feet, and leans towards the 30-yard line. Pujamko landed him.
There's hustle on Foxy.
Yes.
He's at the line of scrimmage, and he goes downfield 10 yards and makes the tackle. No quitting this guy.
Now, you and Jerry had to be very dedicated because you drove more than a few miles to come to the North Star practices and games.
It took us about 2.5 hours to get here from Ottawa.
Can you imagine that?
2.5 hours. We'd be down every Thursday. We were excused from Tuesday's practices, thank God. And we only had to be here for Thursdays and the games.
And would you come down on Thursdays and stay here, or
No,
you'd go back?
Oh yeah, we'd come back. We'd go back, and when we had to work the next day, we'd come down. Practices were around 7 o'clock, I guess, at night. We'd leave around 2 in the afternoon, and then after practice, we'd drive straight back to Ottawa. After a shower, of course.
Big Nick Patterson lugging the ball tonight. And we have an injured player on the field, number 63, Trent Patterson. Patterson's 360 pounds before lunch.
One of his teammates came to help him up, and he moved his arm away. I don't want no help. Oh, he seems mean.
2nd and 6. Ball from the Plattsburgh 29, Broome County on the march. We're in the 3rd quarter. Dan Clark has quarterbacked all the way for the Jets. Patterson carries left side.
Oh, he's got some room there. We got a flag down.
Inside the 30-yard line.
There's been a lot of penalties against, if this is against the Broome, against the Jets again, Foxy, they've had a lot of penalties.
Yes, they have. Goose has got the stats on that.
Goose does?
I mean, Eric does.
Preliminary call against the Jets.
Now, Brent, you played for the, were they the Bootleggers at the time,
Yes,
the
sir.
Ottawa Bootleggers? How many years did you play for them?
2 years, I'd say 2 years. The last 2 years of their wonderful existence.
Now, they did come here and play a game. Were you on the Bootleggers?
I was. It's my first year, and at the time when I first went, I guess, well, semi-pro, I was 22 years old, 21, 22 years old, so I was still fairly young. Pretty much rode the bench, got on special teams. If I remember correctly, if you still got the game on tape, I know Coach Godfrey did a block the punt.
Well, we do have that game when the Ottawa Bootleggers came to Plattsburgh for a non-league game. It's 2nd and 13, Goose. Bruce into the secondary, opening. And you're kind of getting the feeling that it's almost a matter of time before they bust open.
Well, Foxy, you know what it is the offensive line is wearing down the defensive line for the North Stars, and it takes its toll over a game period, and that's what's happening right now. The North Stars defense has been out there a lot in this game, Foxy, and it wears down. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, you can. Just from what I'm noticing, the offensive line they're a lot bigger.
Oh, way big.
With the exception of Vince, of course.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Jets. Ball at the 24-yard line. North Star territory. Again, Patterson, and he's quick through that right side. And he's going to dig out 5-6 yards of carry, it looks like, for the rest of the ball game. In fact, he's just short of a first down on that carry. 8-12 now in the 3rd quarter.
Pickup of 8 yards.
With the tackle.
2nd down and 2 for Binghamton. 2nd down and 2.
Now, Brent, you did make the trip here to Plattsburgh with some friends. Do you want to say their names?
Yes, I came down with my girlfriend Sheila and her 2 wonderful kids, Thomas and Victoria. We just put Thomas into tyke football. The helmets are actually bigger than they are. Yeah. We put him in there, and I thought I'd bring him down. And
You've been coaching him a little bit?
No, not really. No, I'm going to try though. I'm going to try and get out.
2nd down and 2 for the Jets.
Patterson on the carry.
Stacked up near the line of scrimmage. Lineman John Acquisto, number 77.
Brought down on the play by number 57, Tom Gale. Salient Gale.
Number 73, Chris Patterson, offensive line. Number 77, he said Acquisto. 72, Charles Gregory.
Now, one of the things I'm interested about is when you played with Ottawa and then the team folded, did you contact the North Stars, or how'd you go about, getting to the hold of the North Stars to come up and play?
Actually, that was pretty much done by Jerry McElroy. He mentioned it to me. We became friends over the course of the year in Ottawa, and he contacted me and said, "Hey, what do you think about going to play somewhere else?" And I'm like, "Where's close?" And it was a toss-up between Plattsburgh and Watertown. It was my first year in the league. I only saw both teams once. So Jerry basically said, "Well, let's go to Plattsburgh." He says, "It's a beautiful little town. The people are really nice. They're great, and they got a really good football program down there." I said, "Okay."
All right, and boy, he headed to Plattsburgh. It's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and less than a yard. Clark under center. Clark, the ball carrier. Clark for the first down. Still on his feet, trucking towards the end zone. Short of the end zone. Some tough running backs and a big front line for Broome County Jets.
No question about it, Foxy.
Binghamton first and goal to go.
Now, Brent, you say that you worked with the Sheriff's Department, and you're working on some other things now. You were talking to me earlier about hopefully...
my resume was accepted to the Ontario Provincial Police, and I'm waiting on they start to recruit, and I've got a second cousin that's assistant to the director of psychiatry for Corrections Canada. And it looks pretty good for there as well.
Well, good luck with that. Broome County just 1 yard out. Stacked up at the line. No signal yet. Yes, it is. From 1 yard out, we'll have to see who the ball carrier is.
Who's number 13, Foxy? Patterson.
Well, again, he has both Broome County touchdowns, both from 1 yard out. He's a real workhorse for the team.
I don't think they put it up in the air at all on that drive. It was just straight ahead, Foxy, nothing fancy. They're a bigger team, and they just outmuscled the North Stars on that drive.
Our guest in our press box is Brent Fortin, a former Plattsburgh North Star, been away for a few years. And one of the players from Ottawa, and as we were saying, it was quite a long trip. Brent and Jerry McElroy would make the trip and for practice and play the games, and really showed the dedication that these two fellas in particular had. Clark bulls his way. He was stopped in the backfield, fumbled, and again the point after fails.
And what about Jerry? Where's Jerry? What's the
Jerry's still working up in Ottawa. He's still employed by Corral.
Do you ever hear from him?
Once in a while. We talk maybe once a month, once every other month. And he's still in contact with Craig Allison and Jerry Defiant. They still rack up a phone bill between them.
Well, please, when you talk to them, give them our best wishes.
Oh, I will, for sure.
5:43 remaining in the third quarter. It's Broome County Jets 12 and Plattsburgh North Stars 0.
Again, pick up those feet. Don't let up. Nothing cheap feet. Nothing cheap.
Chris Wise injured on that last play, being helped off the field. Steve Panalakis right there alongside. Happy to see Swise moving. Might be a recurrence of that knee injury that he's been bothered with all season.
Number 9, Bill Costello doing the kicking. That team to receive for Plattsburgh.
Costello to kick to Charlemagne or Lozier. They stand at the Plattsburgh 15. Shorter kick. Douglas takes it at the 27. Right up the middle, nice return. Got a 20-yard return. And Plattsburgh will try to get on the board.
Now, Foxy, both scores by the Jets have been by turnovers by the North Stars, and they converted them into points, and that's what you got to do is when you get your chances and you get a turnover, you want to get some sort of points off them, and that's what the Jets did.
The last play, their last scoring drive, 9 plays, 53 yards, and capped by the Patterson touchdown from 1 yard out. Plattsburgh, this possession from their own 46-yard line. Dupree with a quick pass to Marbut, but he's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Godbey there, as well as I saw a 5.
No gain on the play.
A 50. I saw a number 50, and that would be Willie Everett. The guest in our press box, third quarter guest as always, and this time it's Brent Fortin, who played a number of years with the Plattsburgh North Stars, including the big 1995 season, part of that season at least, and certainly well remembered, an Ottawa bootlegger who headed to the Plattsburgh North Stars once the Ottawa team disbanded. Oh boy, Ramil was there. Oh, no waiter to turn.
All right.
Ramil. Well, the whistles are blowing. Now a flag is thrown because they didn't delay a game called on Broome County for not following the whistle. Good call.
Yeah.
Dupree is stacked up and dropped out.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the referee, how many times did the referee? 2, 3 times, and the guy kept running.
Broome County is claiming Plattsburgh was chasing him. What do you want him to do, stand there and get hit?
Sounds like he's afraid of the Plattsburgh player. What was the Plattsburgh player going to do to him? You know? It was Paulie was chasing him. Probably that's why. You know, Big Paul was after him. He wouldn't hurt anybody.
It's going to be 3rd and 12 now. What's this all about?
4-yard line.
It wasn't a fumble, Goose, huh? It was just a sack?
Yeah.
4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 12. Oh, Plattsburgh takes a timeout. Everybody looked a little unsure there.
That's right, and that's a good job. You take a timeout. He saw that it was confusing. Dupree, hey, something ain't right here. Let's get timeout.
Now, what coaches did you play for, Brent? Let's pick your mind here. Who'd you play for?
Coach Godfrey.
You remember him. Now, Did you see him tonight?
Yes, I did. I can't.
Did you have to look twice to see him?
I didn't recognize him. The only way that I recognized him was the voice.
Yeah.
Because he always used to yell at me for not doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Quite a coach, huh?
Oh, he's a great coach. Great coach.
Of course, then now our reference for those that don't know is Coach Godfrey has lost a number of pounds, over 50. Twice as many as 50, perhaps. He's lost some pounds. I don't know how much.
I think he said 150 pounds.
Can you imagine that?
No, I can't. I can't, Bob.
Hey, I celebrated the time I lost 10 pounds. I celebrated by eating a Twinkie. I'm telling you, I was so happy I lost 10 pounds. I can't imagine losing that much, but he looks great, and it was good to see him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a really good chance to talk to him just yet, but, you know, he's coaching. He's busy. He must be thankful he doesn't have me to yell at anymore.
Now, was Doug Perez the head coach?
He was for the first 3 years, I think it was. And then the gentleman that came.
Hal Ross
took over for the one.
Dupree airs it out. Kreitzberg with the good hands, but he dropped it. Kreitzberg had it over Ever. But then as he came down, he dropped it.
Yeah.
Lost the handle.
And Kreitzberg isn't happy about that, you know. When he gets his paws on it, he wants to, he wants to catch it every time, and you're just not gonna. You know? I still say they should fake that and turn it upfield.
To receive the punt for Binghamton, number 25, Marcus Wilson, who will be kicking for the Stars.
Wilson back for Marbutt's punt. In Broome County, with a nice little group of fans here for this ball game, made the big trip from Binghamton. Wilson at the 30, scoots the right side. Lozier makes him cut back. Wilson scampers, he's gone. Wilson's gone. 80 yards. Marcus Wilson, touchdown. Broome County. Eric, do you have that at about 80 yards? 80-yard return for Marcus Wilson, the scat back. And we said earlier in the ball game that he was an athlete, and he's showing it tonight.
And that's been one of the thorns in the North Stars team this year, Foxy, is special teams. And you really don't have a whole lot of time to practice special teams. Now, you were on special teams. When you were playing, did you practice much time on special teams? Did you take time during practice to do it? Or?
Yeah, near the end of practice, we'd all break off after the offense and defense. We did our scrimmage, and we work a little bit on just
maybe 15
basic,
minutes?
Yeah, maybe even 10, 15 minutes, just basic positioning.
I guess, when you practice 1 or 2 times a night, it's really hard to concentrate. Well, we're going to just do the whole practice of special teams. You really can't do that.
No, it's depending on the time factor too. I mean, you've only got so many hours you can practice, but we just worked on basic positioning. That was guys weren't staying in their lanes, and they got caught.
Costello leaves no question about it with the point after kick, and the Broome County team still celebrating the big punt return from Marcus Wilson. With 3:31 remaining in the third quarter, it's Broome County Jets 19 and the Plattsburgh North Stars 0, and now real pressure going to be put upon the Plattsburgh North Stars offense to A, not turn the ball over, to B, sustain a drive of some sort, and C, get some points on the board.
Well, this is the way I do it, Foxy.
Okay.
Is I just take my time. I wouldn't change my game plan and try every play up in the air. Try to establish a good drive and try to get some sort of points on the board, Foxy.
Broome County comes into this game with a 3-0 record, tied at the top of the league with Glens Falls. Both teams have offense, no question about it. Glens Falls, which whomped on Plattsburgh last week, has scored 103 points coming into this week, and Broome County 102. Broome County, now my math is going to be okay on this, 121 points in the Empire Football League, and they've surrendered just 33. Kick taken by Douglas at the 30.
Oh, he's got
Up the middle, cross midfield, hang on to the ball, and again, good field position to start for Plattsburgh. Teddy Felton with the tackle.
Brought down on the play by the Jets, number 23, Teddy Felton. Well, Felton being on the tackle for Binghamton. Plattsburgh will take over Binghamton territory at the
North Stars out of the huddle. 48-yard line of the Jets. Set up by the nice return by Douglas. Out of the shotgun, Dupree. He has to scamper. Heads towards the Plattsburgh sidelines, picks up about 5.
And he was in the shotgun there, Foxy. He's up.
Shannon Manor, the head coach of the Plattsburgh North Stars, and you played some football with Shannon Manor?
Yes, I did. Last year I played right beside him. He's a great player, great coach. I learned a lot from Shannon.
I'm not sure if you're aware, his number was officially retired. Was it last season?
Yes.
One of the final home games. The North Stars officially retired his number 50. Only 2 numbers have been retired in the North Stars organization. Number 91, marking the 1991 first season of the North Stars, and Shannon's number 50.
Can I add to that? I think there's another one,
do it.
Foxy.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Number 59, and help me with that, the Montreal player. He was drafted by CFL. He was stricken with cancer.
Yes, we'll ask Mac McClary. The long bomb downfield. Egging.
Eric came up with the
Oh, the stat man has it all. James Egging, that's right, whose number was retired. Thank you for pointing that out.
I'm sorry to correct you.
Well, no, you're not. Goose, you enjoy it. What are you talking about? Goose will be talking about that one for the rest of the season.
My old sidekick over here, he feeds me the information, Foxy.
Third down and 5 for the North Stars. Now, here's a situation. You're going to pass or run it, Brent. 3rd and 5. I know you're a defensive guy, but play a little offense with me. Pass or run, 3rd and 5 right here.
That's a tough call. I'd probably do maybe 5 or 6 yard pass just to get it on the other side of the marker.
Short pass, that little Troy Canada pass over the center. Send Troy on that little slant right across the middle. Where's Troy when you need him? Dupree, he likes to throw the bomb. He's going to scamper for it. He has an opening. Can he turn it? Dupree, first down, driven out of bounds at the 30.
He's still not tucking that ball away, Foxy. That makes me nervous, you know. And these linebackers, boy, that opens their eyes when they see a quarterback scrambling with a loaf of bread, eh?
Oh, yeah. I know being a linebacker, I used to love when the quarterbacks used to come out that side where I'm standing, and he's carrying it, he said, like a loaf of bread, not even looking for you. That's when you catch him totally off guard.
Now, if you were teaching someone to be an outside linebacker, what would be 1 or 2 things that would be a must? What would you tell this new outside linebacker?
33.
Oh boy, put me on the spot. 3 years.
Sure
I can't remember.
33.
Thing I'd comes to mind right off is if you're going to be make sure no sweeps come back around, nothing comes off tackle, and the man doesn't get out in the flats because they'll kill you in the flats every time.
Well, then we'll be watching for that. Bad snap. Dupree scoops it up. He's at the 45. He looks downfield, scrambles to the 40, dodges tackles, still on his feet, and he picked up 5 overall. Wow. He danced, he pranced, he came up with 5.
He's running for his life out there, but he's getting positive yardage, Foxy. That's the type of athlete he is, you know. He made a lot of players miss because he's such a good athlete.
Pick up of about 7 yards on the play. Second down and 3 yards to go from the Binghamton 26-yard line.
And the Broome County defense.
The defense is asking for a timeout, asking their coach, can we call a timeout?
Looks like Ramil is the defensive captain. And who's taking the timeout? It's the defense. Timeout. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. We want to thank Brent Fortin for being our guest in the third quarter. Always happy to see a Plattsburgh North Star player, and you're down in the annals, and always good to see a friend, because we used to talk to you. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. So the best wishes to you and your family, and if you see Jerry, next time you're in touch with Jerry, tell him we say hello.
I will. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for having me. Appreciate it. Nice seeing you.
Good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Brent Fortin, former Plattsburgh North Star, here from Ottawa for tonight's ball game, and boy, did we scoop him out of the crowd and said, come on over, be our guest, and it's great to see him. Second and 5 with the North Stars down by 19. It was 6-0 at halftime, a big third quarter for Broome County, including a punt return of 80 yards by number 25, Marcus Wilson. Equipment, was it timeout for equipment now?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Russo there, number 6. Number 56 is McKnight. Number 74, I'm looking over the numbers, some of these are a little out of order. 74 is Schwab. Number 55 for Broome County is Jackson. Number 50, we've called his number more than twice, it's Everett. 60 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Kuzhamko in the backfield along with Neil Brown to guard Dupree. Low snap once again. On his heels, up in the air, and intercepted in the end zone, and Godbey returns it. Flags thrown all over the place. Godbey scampers the field. Oh, hit hard. Vince Caveman Kuzhamko.
I could hear that up here, Foxy. But he popped right up, number 22.
The crowd is buzzing on that one, and we got a good shot of it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Foxy, could you imagine how my back would feel the next morning? I hit like that. Oh, my Lord.
Well, Caveman left no doubt about it on the tackle, but a great interception by Godbey, and he returns it. That's now 5 Plattsburgh turnovers in the ball game. Just 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The interception will stand, won't it?
They gave him points! They gave him points! They called a safety on us!
They called it a safety.
They called a safety on us! They said it was a penalty.
They gave them points.
Back there.
Oh, wow. This is going to make a big discussion because of course,
what I think, and I do see a flag in the end zone, Foxy. Now, if the illegal block was made in the end zone, it is a safety.
why? The ball wasn't there. What do you mean it's a safety? I never saw a safety on a penalty.
Well,
Now,
the referees are all together discussing it.
Roughing the passer, should that take precedence? That's the initial foul before the pass is made.
there was a roughing the passer penalty. Well, we're really in a discussion now. Real upset was my friend. I talked to him before game time. Mike Ramil, 6'7", 285. Mike was very upset. They gave him points. He was yelling. They gave him points. They called it a safety, and he was yelling over to his coach, Ray Stanton. Now, so it's not a safety. Now Ramel is a lot more calmed down, and he's explaining it to his coach and to us at the same time.
Did you say Rambo?
No, I said Ramil. I wanted to say it right. Ramil is what it is.
Binghamton for roughing the passer. Plattsburgh first down.
So now Plattsburgh will move it up. Plattsburgh retains possession of the ball because of the roughing the passer penalty.
Roughing the passer.
Oh my.
Good for Plattsburgh first down.
In case you were wondering,
Yeah, I was.
Broome County played Scranton Eagles. What a matchup that was last week. And Broome County won 32-15 over the Scranton Eagles last week to put them up above Scranton. Scranton's at 1-1 in the league. A lot of quality teams in this Empire Football League. This is one whale of a league.
Well, Foxy, we're in that area. They might go to Kreuzberg, you know, in the corner here.
Well, it's
Why not?
Kreuzberg matched up with Wilson.
You know,
they've been at it all night.
Got the height advantage, no question about it.
13-yard line, 1st and 10, Plattsburgh. They go right side Monahan. And Monahan with a nice pickup on the first down.
Running right behind Vince there, Foxy. Vince can clear a path for you.
Nice lead block from number 90, Vince Kuziumko. Now playing in the North Star backfield.
Caveman, how do you ever get to be a North Star player anyway?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to ask him about that.
I remember the day he strolled in my living room, Goose. This guy, he was as wide as the doorway. I said, here's a future North Star player. Oh, you're saved by the bell. You're saved from the story by the bell. After 3, it's the Broome County Jets 19 and the Plattsburgh North Stars 0. But you're watching the North Stars television network. 2nd and 6 from the 9-yard line. Monahan left side, stacked up, no gain there. It's going to be 3rd.
Monahan down to carry for the Stars, stacked up and brought down to the play for number 98.
Underway in the 4th quarter.
Penalty against Broome County, I believe. How many penalties are for Broome County?
The stat man checking the stats.
9 penalties, Broome County. I think only a couple for the North Stars. 2 for the North Stars. 1 was a costly one, though, Foxy.
Now the head referee, Ed Getz, has just ejected one of the coaches of the Broome County team. He's been...
I think it's the head coach.
No, he's not the head coach.
He's not that. Isn't he?
Oh, wait, he is.
He's the one that got knocked out?
Yes. The head coach has been
Offsides against Binghamton.
ejected. Now, they have like 10 coaches, so I'm sure that they have ample people to step in and be the coach. But yes, the head coach, Ray Stanton, has been ejected. Apparently, I mean, it's very surprising. It seemed to come out of the blue.
Well, what I can anticipate, it was an offside penalty. Very well, the offsides, they could have been, Broome County could have been lined up offsides, you know. And he got on the referee for making that call.
1st and goal from the 1, Goose. Dupree, the give, right side Monahan, bulls his head down and he's in.
He's in, all right, North Stars, Monahan.
From 1 yard out.
Monahan down to carry.
Good point. Our technical advisor here, Stuart Voss, tonight, reminds us that now 2 of the 3 goals that they set have gone down the tubes. The big play, don't allow big play and don't allow any points, and the North Stars are on the scoreboard.
And we'll go back to the penalty. They probably lined offsides. Well, the coach was giving the referee a hard time, and he threw a 15-yard penalty, and he says, any more, and you're going. Well, he just continued, the coach just continued getting on the referee. The referee didn't fool around. Hey, I ain't got time for that. Get out of here.
Right, that's right. And that's how, I mean, those are the standards set by the Empire Football League. Dupree passes the corner for Kreitzberg, and it's complete. The 2-point conversion over Wilson. Dupree to Kreitzberg on that patented play.
Look who's here, Foxy.
You're kidding me. What are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here? Come by visit?
Jerry McElroy, we've been talking behind your back for the whole 3rd quarter, and who walks in?
Heard my ears burning.
Unbelievable. Jerry McElroy here. Come on over just a little bit here in the light so we can turn towards the camera so we can get a good shot of you. So people haven't seen Jerry in a while, and you're going to talk with us a little bit, okay, big guy?
Sure, no problem.
Here, step over to my right shoulder. I can't believe the guy's here. With 14:44 remaining in the 4th quarter, it's Broome County 19, Plattsburgh North Stars 8. That scoring drive for Plattsburgh, 7 plays covering 48 yards, and capped by the Monahan touchdown. Monahan with the score. His 3rd touchdown of the season.
And number 25, Marcus Wilson. Wilson and Goffin.
And a great 2-point conversion from Dupree to Kreitzberg. 19-8, Jerry McElroy from Ottawa. Now, is this just a coincidence that you're here tonight, the same night as your buddy Brent Fortin?
Actually, he had told me a couple of weeks ago that he was coming down, and I just decided to make a guest appearance. It's been a while. I haven't seen the guys. I was down in Watertown last year to see them, and I just wanted to come back and say hi to guys. Come back.
Great to see you, and what a surprise. Now, you look in playing condition here. You've been lifting weights, and you're in playing shape.
Oh yeah, I've been lifting actually fairly heavy in the last year or so, and I miss it. When it's in your blood for such a long time. I've been playing football for almost 13 years, and there's a great bunch of guys here, and I miss it. But I'm getting older, but I'm still trying to stay in shape.
Well, Jerry, I don't want to say too much, but I looked pretty good until you walked into this press box. I was looking pretty good. 1st and 10. Plattsburgh with the ball from their own, or Broome County with the ball on their own 38-yard line. Patterson just banging into people. Patterson, an incredible runner, and certainly among the top runners in the Empire Football League.
He looks like he's quite a bull to bring down.
Oh, I should say so.
And Foxy, as the game gets on, he's more, at the beginning of the game he wasn't a factor, but the more carries he got, and the North Stars are getting worn down, you bang them right at him.
1st and 10 from the Plattsburgh 40. Jerry McElroy, our surprise guest in our press box. Give to Bruce. He scoots the right side, dodges a tackler on his feet inside the 30, down the sidelines, inside the 20, and Broome County trying to get back those 8 points they gave up.
They're trying to take away the momentum because the North Stars got a little bit of momentum. Here's a good point, Foxy. That's the 13th first down for Broome County, 11 by the run.
Wow. Now, Jerry, you played for the North Stars, I'll say the same time as Brent, 93, 94, part of 95, is that correct?
I was up to about 96, I believe, was my last year. Actually, what I'm seeing from the opposition tonight looks a lot like what we used to do in one of my last years when we made it all the way to the national semifinals against Marlborough. They got a good running team.
Uh-huh.
And that seems to be the norm nowadays. Have a good running attack. Reminds me actually a lot like the Montreal Alouettes up in Montreal with Mike Pringle. The team runs all the time, and that's what they rely on. So,
do you get to some of those ball games? Do you watch them play?
Actually, I saw Montreal play Edmonton last night, and they got beat 22-10. But unfortunately, Montreal's not a good come-from-behind team because they rely so much on the run. So they're a grinding type of team that has to get the lead early, and they just grind it out. And by the fourth quarter, it's Pringle time, and it looks like number 13. It's his time too.
Yes, indeed. It's ball now. The Jets have moved it to the 14-yard line for a 2nd and 5. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, Laura Gagnon on camera, Eric Gagnon on stats. Jerry McElroy, former North Star, our guest. Patterson just running over people. Near a first down. In fact, I think he got it.
Brought down on the play and on the tackle, number 95.
Now, we talked about football with Brent, Jerry, and you had to be an awful dedicated guy to football to make that long drive from Ottawa once a week for practice and then for the ball game. I mean, you had to love football.
Oh yeah, I love the sport. It was unfortunate that our team in Ottawa folded, and when we got the call that Plattsburgh was looking for some players, we were thrilled to death to come down, and so we just enjoyed coming down here.
1st and goal from the 5 for the Jets. Trying to answer the Plattsburgh touchdown, and Carr, the league's leading receiver, puts the cap on that one. Touchdown for Mike Carr from 5 or 6 yards out from Clark. And so, Goose, they come right back with the score.
And that's a mark of a good team, okay? The North Stars got a little bit of momentum going there, and that's what you want to do. You want to regroup. You want to come down, make a nice drive, take that momentum away, Foxy, and that's exactly what they did.
Okay, Costello will put the toes to it. Holding is Shepard. And the kick is good. He's a steady kicker, no question about it. With 11:18 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's the Broome County Jets 26 and the Plattsburgh North Stars 8 on the North Stars Television Network. And Costello's going to kick to Charlemagne or Lozier. Also back there is Eddie Douglas. And the kick, a nice high one. And Lozier takes it on the 25. Heads upfield, cross the 40. And a gang of tacklers there. Oh, flags thrown once again. We don't like too many flags to be thrown. We don't want any unsportsmanlike penalties whatsoever. It's been a good, nice, spirited ball game, and that's what we like to have. And I'll credit the Broome County team. So far, they've shown a lot of class on the sidelines. We haven't heard really any trash talking. We like that. We work more with the closer to the opponents from our vantage point in our Dames Reynolds Center press box. Our guest, Jerry McElroy, former Plattsburgh North Star. And Jerry, what was your main position when you played with the North Stars?
Well, I was played offensive line, but I played all positions, tackle, guard, and center when I finally retired.
Okay, well, let's say we grab a jersey right now. I just found a jersey over there. I'm slapping it on you, and I say, Jerry, get out there. What position would you pick to play right now if you were running out for this play?
I'd still go and play on the line. I love the line. I'd play center. You get right in the middle. That's where all the action is.
Button heads with the big boys.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, Dupree coughed up the ball. Scramble for it. Pile up for it. Bodies getting in there. The poor officials trying to get through this mass of humanity.
Get buried.
Still a scramble for the football. Number 74 is on the bottom of the pile for, that's Schwab. Russo has it. And Broome County saying it's a fumble, and it certainly was, but they're saying who covered it? Plattsburgh ball?
I think so.
So loss on the play. Plattsburgh retains possession. Dave Staley, Paul Valers, Eric Chartrand across the front line right side. Danny Marbut, number 44. Steve Panalakis, and we want to get the other lineman, and I know who it is. Let me tell you, it's Roger Levy. 9:30 remaining in this one. We're in the fourth quarter, 26-8 lead for the defending league champion Broome County Jets, and a sack there and a flag thrown. A lot of penalties. So Jerry, let's get back to like working in the trenches like that. You just found it a challenge to butt heads with the big guys. I mean, not that you're a shrimp or anything, but you just enjoyed that. Opening the hole, or
yeah, you get involved in the game a lot more. I find having that one-to-one contact, playing, especially when I played two different styles of football, playing in the Canadian style and the American style. I find with the playing down here, you have more of a one-to-one. It's close. You're on the guy's face right away, and it's just the better man wins. And I think I've won my fair share, but
we think so too. Third and forever for the North Stars. They need to get to the 43-yard line. They'll just run this one and then kick it away. In too much of a hole, so Plattsburgh will try to kick their way out of it, and there might be some pressure on the kicker right here. It would be a likable time to try to mount an attack on your punter. That's going to probably be Danny Marbut, although I see Tipton out on the field. Marbut's going to punt, and look at Steve Tipton, number 3. He mentioned to me before the game that they put him on the punt teams, and he's going to go downfield and try to make a tackle. Steven Tipton, big number 3. That 3 is huge on the front of his jersey.
Sure is.
Jerry's so big, the numbers usually look small. We'd complain. Short kick, bounces at the 30. Oh, it took a Jets bounce. And it will be Jets football. We want to thank Jerry McElroy for joining us here in the press box as a real surprise guest. Well, boy, we're happy to see you. You look in great shape. I know you could play a game of football right now. Let's tell everyone what you're doing now. What's keeping you busy now?
Actually, I've just got a new job. I'm now working for the Canadian government, and that's keeping me really busy. And
are you the president of Canada or anything like that?
No.
Not yet.
No. I'm just one of the
Prime Minister. I never paid attention in social studies.
And I'm just trying to stay in shape. And I'm actually trying to get onto the fire department up in Ottawa. So I'm waiting to write my tests next year and keeping in shape until that comes along. And hopefully, if I pass the test, then I go to the physicals and just go from there.
Best wishes to you. Anytime you're at a North Star game, come over and say hello to us. You were always a nice guy. Remember, we used to talk to you and stuff. How nice you were, a nice guy. And then now look at you'd be away from the team all these years. You come back, still a nice guy. Rock solid as well. Good luck to you, Jerry.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and good luck to the team. And I really appreciate, like I said, I really appreciated my stay when I was here. And hey, thanks again, guys.
See you again. Good to see you. Jerry McElroy, well remembered, along with his Ottawa buddy Brent Fortin, in the Plattsburgh North Star annals. You know, they give it to two hard runners. Patterson, you let him run a few times, and then you give it to Clark out of the backfield. Some hard-nosed runners, and they have also Bruce, who's number 7, who did a lot of running in the first half.
And he's entering the game.
For the Jets inside the Plattsburgh 10-yard line.
6:25, clock ticking, and Broome County with the 26-8 lead.
Hey, and thanks to Zachary's Bogart in the corner, Mark, Foxy, Scott and Dee Tatro for the support and the help they've given us so we can broadcast these North Star football games. Thanks a lot.
Well said, Goose. About 10 minutes ago, I asked Eric the stats. Touchdown Patterson, his third touchdown of the ball game. And that one rings the bell and leaves no doubt about it. Broome County showing why they're towards the top or at the top of the Empire Football League standings. The score here to put them up 32-8. That was from how many yards out, Eric? 9 yards out. Big ball game tonight.
And Foxy, no hot dogging on the sidelines here. You know, they got the game well in hand. They're still all business, Foxy.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yes.
You know, no showboating.
Nope. Now Nick Patterson, who scored the touchdown, is right here on the bench, and he's sitting there quietly. His Marcus Wilson, who scored the touchdown earlier, a great 80-yard touchdown run. But you're right. They're all business and certainly showing that they're a class organization.
Exactly right.
The point after attempt with Clark. Play action, any movement near but short, and Livesey might have been there, Timoney might have been there in on the tackle to stop the quarterback, Dan Clark, from the two-point conversion. 5:53 remaining in the fourth, and the score, Broome County 32 and the Plattsburgh North Stars 8 on the North Stars Television Network. North Stars set to receive. It's Charlemagne and Lozier, the deep men back. That comes along, bounces off Lozier's chest. He scoops it up at the 30. Gets to the 35. Ooh, an arm tackle grabbed at the 40.
Lozier, nice return on the play. Return of 8 yards on the play.
Lozier with a nice return amidst those white and green jerseys of the Jets.
Foxy, the coaching staff of the North Stars got to be happy the way the North Stars, reacted, if you want to call it, or came into this game. I'm sure they were wondering how the North Stars would play tonight. And, they got to be tickled to death. I thought the North Stars played very, very hard. Played with emotion, hit hard, and, played with a lot of heart. And, yes, they're overmatched, Foxy. No question about it. But, hey, they've held their own. It was 6-0 at halftime.
Don't forget, we'll have our North Star Player of the Game interview immediately following this one. Douglas split to the right. Kreitzberg left, and they go downtown. Kreitzberg and Wilson wins this one. Around the 20. Wilson, what a defender he is.
Yeah, he sure is, because he's covering, I'd say, one of the best receivers in the league, Foxy.
And he's short.
Yeah, and he's short, but, he's held his own, no question about it.
He's kind of coming off the field gingerly here. I don't know if he twisted an ankle or not. We want to say hello to all of our viewers in the northern tier watching this on Hometown Cable. Calvin Castine, the director of that. And we're happy to have a partnership with Calvin and Hometown Cable to televise Plattsburgh North Star football in the northern tier, and even all the way over to Malone area, Bombay, would you believe it or not? And
so you wouldn't make that up. Not a name like that, Foxy.
We are North Country Cable Network and the North Stars Television Network. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, Laura Gagnon on camera, Eric Gagnon on stats. Yup, it's the Gagnon gang. 4:33 and counting. Broome County with the ball. Number of turnovers in the ball game for Plattsburgh, and that's proven costly. And Broome County, Goose, as you pointed out, a good team's going to take advantage of those turnovers, and Broome County has done that. They lead 32-8.
Now, Foxy, I'm not going to see you for a couple of weeks. I want to tell you and Laura have a good time. You're on vacation. California, here I come.
Yeah,
Huh?
Uncle Ralph and Aunt Peggy, and we'll be bringing them one of our highlight tapes. So, North Star football will be seen in California. We're going to sit around some night and watch the North Star highlights. I think it's of the '94 season that I brought.
You're not going there and negotiating with Fox Network, are you?
No, but you never know what might come up because if bigger things come after me, I'll bite for them, Goose.
Now, Foxy, I want to be in on the negotiations. You don't make all the decisions, I hope.
Well, I think I get a big say. I came up with this company or the concept of North Stars Television Network and the North Country Cable Network. So if we get offers, but if I end up with a big offer, I'll try to get something for you guys as well.
I hope you take care of us.
Oh, I didn't know I was on. I hate to be on when I'm bragging.
Well, you have a good time in California. You're going to be missed here for sure.
Oh, boy.
You're going to see the Dodgers.
Yes, we'll be in Dodger Stadium, and we're going to have a lot of fun there. I'll be wearing my Dodger memorabilia while I'm out there. Under 3 minutes. New quarterback. Goose, you want to point that out? New quarterback is Shepard.
And he's set.
And
he fumbled.
Bruce comes out of the pile somehow with the ball.
I think Livesey got the sack.
You're crediting it to Livesey. Perante also there. We'll have our North Star Player of the Game interview coming up right after this one. Our one North Star Player of the Game interview was with Jimmy Monahan. He was our North Star Player of the Game following the home game against Montreal.
Game on Falcon Cable by Foxy and Goose Canton.
Oh, we got the cowbell. We like that. The kick to an empty downfield. You might as well just stay away from that.
That is down at the North Star 20-yard line.
Well, there's just a minute 44 remaining in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it was 6-0 at halftime. The announcement of the organization picks Nick Patterson as the offensive player of the game. They're going to announce that right now. Nick Patterson as the offensive player of the game.
Offensive player of the game.
And he will receive a plaque from the North Stars organization.
From the North Stars, number 57,
Tommy Gale selected as the North Stars defensive player of the game, or the game's defensive player is the North Stars' Tommy Gale. From the 20-yard line, it's Plattsburgh ball with a 1st and 10. Our technical advisors tonight have been Dennis and Donna. They've been our technical advisors tonight. Want to thank them for all their help. Neil Brown with the carry to the line of scrimmage, stolen out of his hands and scampering into the end zone with is Rick Valenta, but it's all for naught. Didn't matter. And the clock ticking away. North Stars first downs in the ball game. I don't know. Five first downs and 15 for Broome County. Dupree passing 4 of 11 in the passing department for Craig Dupree tonight. 1 minute remaining. And the North Stars will be content to end this one. Dupree airs it out, however, for Kreitzberg, and is he inbounds? No, he
didn't catch it.
Oh, he didn't catch it. I thought he caught it.
Glasses. Are you going out, Foxy, to California to see an eye doctor out there? I think that's the whole.
I can't see way over. It's way over on the other side of the field. I can't see that far. 42 seconds remaining. It'll be Plattsburgh with another play. 3rd and 9. And Dupree on the run. You know, let's credit Craig Dupree. What a ball game he's had. I'll tell you, he's been sorely tested. He's had to face the rush all night.
He's been running for his life, Foxy. He's made some good positive yards. Hey, hooked up on a nice pass to Kreitzberg Foxy, and yeah, he's had a tough night, and yeah, he's quite an athlete. I'm impressed with him, and hey, this is his first year in the Empire Football League, and it takes time, but I see him to be an excellent quarterback in the future. I hope he will be able to stay with the North Stars for a while.
The final score: the Broome County Jets 32, and the Plattsburgh North Stars 8. And now we head down onto the field for our Player of the Game interview. We had a bunch of hard-nosed football players to choose from. A lot of the players got votes. Our North Star Player of the Game tonight, oh man, is this guy a hard-nosed football player or what, Goose? It's the caveman, Vince Kuzhamko, the man I recruited a number of years ago. Plattsburgh North Star football. Goose gets him for the interview.
Jeez, I'm surprised you'll let me interview him, Foxy. Well, Vince, I got a couple questions to ask you. I know you had a tough game, and I'll let you get out of here. One of the questions, there was a lot of question marks about the character of the Plattsburgh North Stars coming into this game because of last week. Will you comment on that, first of all?
First of all I got to say about last week was we have a very young team this year. Young team. The confidence level was down at the beginning of the game. A lot of mental mistakes we made. The coach came in, corrected those mistakes right off the bat. We came in today, everything was corrected. And it's a whole different ball game from last week. Last week's in the past, now it's a stepping stone to the future.
Now, Vince, the way that the North Stars performed tonight, they showed that they have a lot of heart. There's no question about this team.
Definitely. We have 100% heart. I think our biggest strength of the team is the heart, and the guys really want it now. They really, really want it. In my belief, I think it's the best North Star team I've played on yet. And then we've had some really, really good defensive teams, but this is a team. It's not a team full of individuals, it's a team full of teammates, and that makes a very large difference.
Now, let's talk about this team that you played tonight. This is a quality type team.
EFL champions.
Yep, and at halftime it was 6-0. It could have been very well 6 or 7 to 7 at halftime. They called back a punt.
They called back a return, yeah.
You guys must have had a lot of confidence going into halftime.
Definitely. I mean, from now on we have to be confident for the rest of the year. Unfortunately, it was called back, but that's a team effort. You can't penalize a guy for playing hard, so it could have went either way. But I think we're proud as a North Star team to come out and play well against the defending champions.
Now, one of the changes that the North Stars coaching staff made at halftime, we saw you in the backfield. Did you suggest this, or did they say, Vince, we're going to put you in the backfield now?
We tried it out a bit last year, and it seemed to work pretty well, but I hadn't really got to study the plays, and now Coach Mack pulled me aside and said, you know, if we need you to play, were you ready to step up? And I said, I'm ready to step up and play anywhere. So I said, fullback. I said, oh, okay. And I said, as long as I don't get the ball, I just want to block and hit somebody. So that's what I did. I just went out there and hit somebody.
Well, speaking about hit somebody, you hit somebody on a return today. We heard it way up here. It shook the whole Dames Renal booth up there.
On the interception there, yeah.
Good feeling when you make a hit like that,
well,
eh?
You have to. I mean, if they're going to catch it, you got to make them pay for it.
That's the way. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. Right. Hey, you've always been a class act with the North Stars. You're a class act in the EFL. You know, you're one of the top players as far as I'm concerned in the EFL, and congratulations. I think the North Stars showed a lot of character and heart and show a lot of promise.
I'd just like to dedicate this game to my father, who's been out here for 5 years now, supporting me, and this game's for him.
Foxy?
Very good,
guys.
Very good. Vince, I was talking with one of the Jets coaches while Goose was talking with you. He wanted to just let you know how much he admired your play tonight. He said, boy, that's an awful talented football player. He had seen you play in the All-Star game in Scranton, and apparently you made your mark there and impressed some people there in that All-Star game, and he had to go get on the bus, but he wanted to send his congratulations.
That means a lot from the opposing team.
Yes, and so a great game tonight for the North Stars overall. Our player of the game, Vince Caveman Kuzhamko. Want to thank my darling companion, Laura Gagnon, for her work on camera. Thank Eric Gagnon for his stat work. This is Foxy and Goose on behalf of everybody with the North Stars Television Network saying good night. North Country.